Welcome back to Sister Circle Live. He's a veteran in the game, an actor, writer, producer, and director.
His latest project, the new sci-fi series, Superstition. Let's take a look.
A lot has changed. Since you were a kid, we human beings have destroyed over half of the world's wildlife. Instead of being good stewards of this earth, we are sucking it dry.
Wow.
Please welcome the lovely, the handsome Mario Van Peebles.
Wow.
How you doing?
I mean, you're looking amazing. Did you hear us talking about you?
Wow. Y'all are bringing the color flavor.
Yes, we are. We are. All of this chocolate.
I was watching from the side when you were doing the whole mammogram thing.
Yes.
I was like, yes. You were like, oh, do it in the shower. I was like, okay, I'll have to think about that.
Right. Yeah. We just got to make sure we keep it all together.
Stay healthy.
Yes,
that is
absolutely.
It. And a lot
That's
of it's what
important.
we eat. You know, if we eat right,
Yes.
because a lot of folks kill themselves with their knives and their forks.
Yes.
If you eat right and you laugh and you love and you do what you love doing for a living, you age like well.
Are you talking about yourself?
I'm talking
think
about a lot of
he
people.
is.
You, everybody, all of us. You know,
Yeah.
so really, because we have good genes.
Yes, we do.
We really do. So
Yes.
You've not aged a day.
I mean,
Thank you.
seriously.
At all.
thank you.
Like, what's your skin regimen?
I think there are 3 loves in life. Love what you do, which I do. Love and enjoy the folks you do it with.
Yes.
And love what you say with your work.
I love that.
And if you get to do all 3 of those, you're rich no matter what the check is.
Come on.
And I think you age like that.
Yes, that's
You know what I
beautiful.
mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
let's talk about what you do and loving what you do. You've been loving what you've been doing
For
for
a
a
minute.
long
Woo.
time. I
Yeah.
had to say long like that. Yes. Can you even just give us a morsel of how you even started in Hollywood?
My dad had said, I wanted to be in the business, and my dad had said, a lot of people will teach you how to play ball. I'm going to try to teach you how to own the team.
Ooh.
So a lot of, my dad can't play ball, but he can teach you how to own the team. And I think early on I had a sense that show business was show and business, and we tend to forget that owning the team part.
Yes.
And he knew that, he understood that.
Early
and so
on.
I majored in economics, went to Columbia, got a BA in economics. Then I went back into the arts with an understanding of how to speak finance.
Right.
So a lot of the projects I do, like on Superstition, I'm also producer and director, executive producer, and one of the writers. And so, we know pretty is temporary. Even if you make it last, pretty is temporary. Dumb is forever.
Ooh.
Right? So,
You gotta come down here and give us a word today.
So once you understand that, you say, while I got that pretty, while I got that, have a sense of humor about it. Understand that all that passes and is transient, and get in there and make sure you know how you want to be the boss later.
Yes.
And then teach one, you can bring people in, bring good
Absolutely.
folks forward. I've been bringing my daughter to work for the last 4 months now.
Yeah.
She's on the show with me.
Right.
Morgana. So,
Yes.
just teaching. And I think a lot of, we see a lot of the stuff that's going on in Hollywood right now. A lot of it's just about loving your kids and making sure they can talk to you about anything.
Anything.
Right.
Joke with you about anything. I take my kid to a club so they can see it with dad
Yes,
first.
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
So you've created such a comfortable relationship with your children, which makes it very easy to learn from you.
Right.
What would you say has been your greatest lesson in teaching as a father?
Yeah, that's good.
I think the trick to kids is first understand that kids come through you and not from you. So you can't dictate to them who or what they're going to be. You can help them be the best version of who they're going to be.
Absolutely.
And some of that comes out on Superstition because I play the patriarch.
Yeah.
And my character does not age. He's 778 years old on this show.
BC.
So he's got a lot of life experience. Do you know what I mean? A lot of life experience. So I think, and the biggest trick is be who you say you are.
Yes.
If you have weaknesses or flaws, don't pretend you don't. Say, hey, this is what Daddy could do better. This is what Daddy's working on.
That's what I say all the time.
And then they don't have to go rebel and do some crazy stuff to prove you wrong.
Right.
That's really important. The other thing is love them, and my daughters are fine, so I teach them a little dick jujitsu.
Yeah.
So pat, 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 Harvey, here you go.
Right.
They gotta know that men can be funny and wrong and laugh with us and correct us and play with us and get the whole 360 of who we are, and then you have a much better understanding of who you are.
Right.
Yes.
But she got that from you. Like when a man can teach his daughter that,
yes.
and we're both daddy's
yes.
girls, so we understand
Right.
the importance.
Absolutely.
We're over here like, yep, that's what my daddy did.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
So that's
And we're a
very
huggy
important.
family.
Yeah.
We hug, we laugh, we wrestle,
So you show affection.
Oh,
I think
definitely.
that's very important.
Definitely.
You know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can talk to us about anything.
Yeah.
Good.
With
That's so
respect.
good.
Of course.
I could talk to my dad about it. My mom will lose her mind.
But Dad got your back.
Yeah, other thing is in my family is not confusing people that you love with being good at what they think they want to do.
Oh,
right?
Break that down a little
Okay,
bit.
so my eldest daughter has a voice that's beautiful, like Whitney Houston, in her head.
Oh,
But to the rest of us, not so much. Now, she's smart, so she worked on her law degree now. She's making laws. She's in the Senate. She's doing all kind of cool things in California. My other daughter can act her butt off. But you have to understand, not everyone who says they want to do what they can do or think they want to do is really naturally good at it.
Right.
So you can't say, just because my mother's a terrible actress, I would never hire her.
Don't say that too loud, Mario.
Well, she knows.
She knows.
But it doesn't mean she doesn't want to do it. So you have to say, I love you, but I love you enough to tell you, this is your strong suit, and this is not.
Not so much.
But how did you redirect that? Without tearing her love for her voice.
Right.
But my dad wanted to be a tennis player. He just was not good at tennis. So he said, I better go into directing.
Okay.
So you have to know, I can't play center for the Lakers. There's just certain things you're not going to do.
Speaking of directing, I mean, you're a triple threat in Hollywood. I mean, acting, writing, and directing. Is that the formula that you need to have to sustain yourself these days?
I think for people of color, we've had our stories told by others, and that's one of the things I wanted on Superstition was to make sure that you would see a loving black family that gets along, that gets the joke of humanity.
Right,
that within our own socioeconomic diversity, we'd see us relating with everyone.
Right.
Well.
Yes.
You know, it's kind of like, what would the Obamas be like if the cameras weren't on?
I know.
What would Michelle really say when the cameras went up? So that was the idea, and we would be fighting infernals and doing that. I think, so part of bringing that to screen was saying, I want to bring a healthy, loving family to screen that's dealing with the infernals and in the horror space that you don't usually see. So being a writer, director, producer has helped me bring that vision to screen each time.
Love it.
You know.
We have more when we come back with Mario Van Peebles. Guys, stay tuned.
Oh, man, this is so good. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, ask me anything you want. You got me.
We'd love to have you.
Oh, it's me in it.
Yeah,
We're back with Mario
You're
Van Peebles. Talking to him about his new sci-fi series, Superstition. I see Quad's here going like, yeah, that's you, baby. Go ahead.
But it's all good, honey.
It
It's
is,
all
baby.
good.
It is.
Mario, so this is the first season.
It's the first season. We shot it right here in Atlanta.
Yes.
Love that. Love that. So, watching this series and the season, what would you like for the viewers to take away from the series?
There's a lot of reveals, and now that we're on Friday night at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
So, and people have come to me each time and said, wow, I didn't know this would come up next. And I think in this next one, Jasmine Guy's character comes on. And then Bruce comes on as Uncle Bubba, and you'll see a whole lot of...
You have a lot of heavy hitters.
We have some heavy hitters. It's fun. And then, like I said, my character is 778 years old. So he's seen some serious history.
Yes. Yes, he has.
And survived it. And you'll see there's a lot of... I can't tell you everything. But there's some dope ass reveals in this show. And it's a little scary. You know, we're in the horror space.
Sci-fi.
Yeah, okay. So we're in the horror space. And you don't usually see us in the horror space. And what I always try to do when with directing the show is make sure I read it with my BS meter, that we don't do things that people wouldn't do in a horror setting. There's certain things you just go, man, I would never do that.
All right, I'm
and
gonna
I try to go through it.
You're gonna run toward the noise?
No, you don't go in the haunted house looking for the little kitty.
Ever.
I'll check on the little kitty later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Phone me,
we keep
text
it real.
me, do something.
All the way real. Go ahead.
Your father.
Melvin Van
Yeah, I
Peebles.
was about to say that too, yes.
Because I was thinking, amazing filmmaker.
Yeah.
How was it growing up with him and under his tutelage?
10-second version of that answer.
Great. Dad has a sense of humor, gets the joke of life, and understands it's people of all colors. They bring it to you.
That's right. Thank you so much.
Like
Superstition
Alfred.
airs Friday on the Sci-Fi Channel, all right?
That was quick wrap up.
That's right.
And conversations always continue on all social media
that man
platforms
waving at
at
me?
sistercircletv.com.
Mario Van Peebles, everybody.